Gentlemen, and welcome to the campus of Lake Brantley High School. Tom Storey Field, Alan Slaughterzinski with you tonight here on the Brevard Sports Network as we get set to bring you amateur to professional development football, the Apdfl, and we've got what we think is going to be a doozy for you tonight as the 0-1 Orlando Phantoms host the 1-1 Metro Atlanta Horseman. The national anthem is done. It is an absolutely beautiful night for football here. There is no doubt about that, and there is a look on the field at the Orlando Phantoms, who last week, a couple of issues. We talked to team owner and defensive coordinator Michael Torres last night, and of course, Coach Torres from the defensive side of the equation, lots of miscommunication in the secondary led to some big plays for the unconquered Cobras last week, and they turned those into touchdowns, resulting in the 20-13 win. On the offensive side of the football, really, with any team, it comes down to the quarterback, and I'm sure Torrance Brown would tell you, as Coach Torres did tell us last night, that Brown simply did not have a Torrance Brown type of a night. He was 6 of 15 last week. For just 80 yards, he had 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He had a 40.3 quarterback rating, but he needs some time up front. He was sacked 4 times last week, and, of course, obviously they are working with a new offensive line, so that's going to take some time to gel, obviously, but no time like the present, because the team they got here tonight is a pretty good one in the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. They've got some rings on their fingers. Their first game of the season was a 24-6 loss to the Alabama Blackhawks. Last week, they would take down the Georgia Crushers 30-6, and, of course, tonight they are here. The Horsemen will be wearing the black jerseys with the white numbers, and the Phantoms are dressed in all white with those silver numbers and orange trim. Let me know. Comment on the broadcast. Let me know where you're watching from. This isn't the only semi-pro football game of the night here on the Brevard Sports Network. My good friend Caleb Brown is up at Gibson Field in Titusville as he's got the Space Coast Tar Heels tonight. So, sounds good. I've got the iPad out, comments ready. I got John Castle and Kevin Linsefort. Scout Johnson also watching here tonight on the Brevard Sports Network. So it's just me. I'm alone. So join me on the broadcast. I need some broadcast partners tonight. So feel free to comment as much as possible tonight. So far this season, now the Horsemen's statistics have only, well, it says 2 games, but if you look at the score by quarters, it's not updated. The Horsemen so far this year, no, they haven't updated anything. They've allowed 293 passing yards this year, 103 rushing yards so far, and I think that's just 1 game. But for the Orlando Phantoms, the leading rusher coming in tonight is Roger Walker. Last week, Roger had 8 carries for 47 yards and a touch. On the receiving side of the equation, it's Clarence Williams who had 2 receptions for 39 yards. The defense, outside of the miscommunication last week, they look good up front. The front 7, never really an issue for the Orlando Phantoms, and it wasn't last week as they applied plenty of pressure on the opposing quarterback. Rob Gregory, new guy this year for the Phantoms. He led the way. He was actually tied with Deontay Henderson last week. They each had 9 tackles last week, and they each had 2 sacks in the game. So let's keep our eyes on Gregory and Henson tonight as well. How you doing? Thank you so much. What's that? She's my fiance. Who's that? 31. Oh, is he? Yeah. Okay, awesome. All right, got some updated rosters here, so we are good to go. Big numbers, so my old eyes can definitely see them. So we're good to go. She said her fiance was number 31. It's Rob Gregory. There you go. Okay, so Rob Gregory. Once again, the Orlando Phantoms. I'm going to get the scoreboard turned on and updated here, so bear with me for just a second. Again, I do not have my good buddy Caleb with me tonight. Again, Caleb is taking care of business up at Gibson Field, where in another league, another team, is doing battle. That's the Space Coast Tar Heels. And they're playing a team out of Southeast Georgia tonight. Not sure what the holdup is here. I'm just simply updating the scoreboard, so bear with me. It's college rules, so there's no 2-minute warnings or anything like that. 15-minute quarters. An uncharacteristic start to the season last week is how Coach Torres classified it to me. Unphantom-like, if you will. And we are set, I believe, at least for the coin toss here coming up. We got Brian Keys in the booth here tonight. Brian does an outstanding job here at Lake Brantley High School. They had a big track meet here today, and they it actually ran over, and they didn't end up getting out of here until about 5:30. So back-to-back events here at Lake Brantley High School, Tom Storey Field today. I know back in Brevard County where I hail from, next week is spring break for the student athletes. As Captain Torrance Brown will head to the center of the field. Take a look here, and that appears to be. Yeah, that might be an issue tonight. Those numbers are just a little darker than I thought. 52, that's number 52 for the Metro Atlanta Horseman. And 52 is Darrell Crawford out of Fort Valley State University, 6'2", 290-pound offensive lineman. Last week, the Phantoms won the coin toss but deferred. Again, I don't have any up-to-date individual player stats for Metro Atlanta, or I'll give you their statistics. But I just, they don't. Some teams update the sites, and some teams they don't. Metro Atlanta, one of the teams that does not. Coaching staff for the Orlando Phantoms. Of course, they are the head coach and offensive coordinator is Ron Scarlatta, and the team owner and defensive coordinator, Michael Torres. Assistant offensive coach is Guy Stang. The offensive line coach is Alan Rice. The running back coach, Jose Bonilla. The assistant offensive coach, David Reed. The defensive line coach, John Porter. Defensive back coach, Sebastian Dixon. And the wide receivers coach, T.J. Chapman. Who won that toss? Orlando wins the toss again this week, so they're 2 for 2 in winning the toss, and they defer. So they will kick off and put that defense on the field here to start off Week 2, the Apdfl, the Amateur to Professional Development Football League. Your 2021 Power Rankings, Week 2, the Unconquered Cobras move from 2 to 1. They are ranked number 1, the Alabama Blackhawks 2, the Gulf Coast Gators 3, the Mississippi Dynasty 4, the Panhandle Crusaders 5, the Pike County Titans 6, the Orlando Phantoms, despite the loss, 7th, Crescent City Kings 8th, the Georgia Thrashers 9th, and the Tuskegee Airmen are ranked 10th. Just outside of the top 10, looking in, are these Metro Atlanta Horsemen. And set the kick is going to be Tyler Johnston. And number 1 and 2 are deep. That's going to be Christopher Williams and Marcavius Favors. Williams out of South Atlanta High and Favors out of Mississippi Gulf Coast. And we are set for action here on the Brevard Sports Network. Welcome in Tammy Lynn Santiago Salgado, Mona Smiley, watching here on the Brevard Sports Network. Jeff Shepard as well. Coach Shepard, a good friend of mine back in Brevard County. Only one of the best softball coaches in the country. Thank you very much, Brian. Brian Keys has a set, and Johnston, the kick is fielded at the 10, out to the 15, 20, out to the 30, still on his feet, out to the 33, 34, and that's where the Metro Atlanta Horsemen will take over. 1st and 10 here from Tom Storey Field. I believe the quarterback is number 11, Robert Lockett, 6'1", 175 pounds, at Kennett High. That's what the roster has. And there is that Phantoms defense set to go. They'll come out in the shotgun formation with one back. No backs in the backfield. They're actually going to have 3 wide receivers split wide to the left, 1 wide receiver split wide to the right. Lockett all alone. So right out of the gate, must have been watching some film last week. They're going to test this Phantom secondary. Yeah, something's not quite right here. So as the white hat sets up behind the quarterback. And whistle blows, and we're ready to go. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line for the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. Here's the snap, throws. Quick out. Oh, nearly picked off to start the game. Well underthrown. The intended wide receiver. Looks like number 16 for Metro Atlanta. That's a Roman McDowell. Tons of Phantoms in coverage. Number 16, Joshua Gabadon out of Curry College over there, as well as number 22, Deontay Henderson, swinging out in coverage. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. 14:37 to go. That'll stop the clock. The incomplete pass always does. Same formation for Atlanta. 3 to the right, or 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Lockett barks out the signals. Looking, throws. Got a receiver at the bottom of the screen. Caught quickly. Orlando converges to make the tackle. Number 18 and number 16 over there on the stop. 18 is Alexander Abney Jr. out of Lake Howell High School. And, of course, 16, we just called his name, was Joshua Gabadon out of Curry College. So that's going to bring up 3rd and a short 4 for Metro Atlanta after a gain of 6. Now we got a back in the backfield. 14 minutes on the dot to go. Turns, gives to the back, straight up the middle. Big time hole for the running back. Didn't even need to make a move. And Metro Atlanta, number 22 on the carry there. That's Tristian Gould out of Kennesaw State University. And the Horsemen are right back to the line of scrimmage after a gain of 26 yards and a Metro Atlanta first down. I don't even know why you would throw the ball again. Incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Seeing what you just saw there, if I'm the Metro Atlanta, I'm going back to the middle of that Orlando defense until they shut it down. Of course, in the middle of that big Orlando defense is big number 99, T.J. Henderson out of Ithaca College. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. And again, straight up the middle. This time, the Phantoms are there to shut the door for a short gain. What number is that, 77? 27? 22. Number 22 in on the stop there, Deontay Henderson, and they're right back. Whistle blows, flags fly. Somebody did not get set. That's usually the end result here. Actually, Orlando took a timeout here, so the flag will be negated following the Orlando timeout. So 3rd down and 7 coming up. Not sure what their kicking situation is. So obviously they don't have a kicker. It's 4-down territory for Metro Atlanta. Mona Smiley says, let's go Phantoms. Devontae Lester watching. Gregory Green. Gina Biotti. The E and the I got me screwed up, Gina. My apologies. But Gina's watching. J.D. Johnson watching with us here on the Brevard Sports Network. Coach Michael Torres calls out the defense. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. Again, don't know the kicking situation for the Horsemen, so don't know if this is 4-down territory. I would imagine, regardless of what their kicking situation is, this might be a little bit too far and 4-down territory anyway. Lockett from the gun, one back to his left, looking to throw, under pressure, throws across the middle. Beautiful pitch and catch by the Horsemen. Number 9 on the reception is Tyrone Morris. He attended FSU, Florida State University. It'll be 1st and goal. Ball inside the red zone now. Ball at the 14-yard line for Metro Atlanta. Quickly down the field they go. Givens to the back. He's got room to run. Cuts it outside. Cuts back in. Touchdown, Metro Atlanta. But there is a flag on the field. We've got laundry. It is indeed a hold, and this will come back. But I'll tell you, more concerning to me as a Phantoms fan is the way that Metro Atlanta has carved right down the field. And look, they didn't do it. They had that pitch and catch there, but got to shore up the middle of that defense a little bit here. So that's going to bring up 1st and 20 now. They can pick up a 1st down. They need to get to about the 3-yard line. Lockett, the quarterback, he's got 2 wide receivers stacked on top of each other to his right, and 2 wide receivers split wide to his left. Looking, throws, caught, beautiful pass. Outstanding job to split the defenders. See who gets up on that catch there. Number 9 again, Tyrone Morris appears to be his favorite receiver, and it's Quentin Rucker is the quarterback out of North Carolina Central University. Number 10, Quentin Rucker is your quarterback, not Robert Lockett. So Quentin Rucker, the quarterback. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 7, we'll call it. Give to the running back. Nice job by the Phantoms defense to close the gap quickly there and shut the door on that running play. We'll see who gets up on its big number 70. Is that 77? 17, number 17, Rashard Dixon, 6'1", 270-pound linebacker out of American High School, gets up. 3rd down and 8 now. 7, we'll call it, for the Metro Atlanta Horsemen, looking to get into the end zone here. 11:09 to play, 1st quarter. Blitz coming, throws, corner of the end zone, out of bounds, brings up 4th down. Decision time for Metro Atlanta. Now we'll find out what their kicking situation looks like, because they most certainly are inside field goal range here. Again, they can pick up a 1st down. And they're going to go for it. So a big opportunity here for the Phantoms. Granted, it's not the field position they want, but if they can keep Metro Atlanta out of the end zone on this opening drive, that would be a big moral victory for them. Quentin Rucker from the gun. That's the only place he's been to start the game. Looking, blitz, throws. in and out of the hands of the intended wide receiver. That'll be a turnover on downs, and that'll be 1st and 10 for the Orlando Phantoms. They hold. They'll get the ball on about their own 10-yard line as quarterback Torrance Brown comes out and takes over. Brown, as we told you last week, not a great week for Torrance by any stretch of the imagination, and I'm sure he would tell you that as well. I just think that the Phantoms need to get that running game established, work off a little bit of play action, and then take their shots down the field. Collectively as a team last week, they rushed for 101 yards. There were some holes there for Roger Walker to run through. Last week, Brown, 6 of 15 for 80 yards, 1 touch, 2 picks. He was sacked 4 times. Keep your eye on that revamped offensive line. They're going to come out from the shotgun. Walker starts back there. Brown barks out the signals, turns, gives to Roger. Roger up the middle. Roger's going to pick up 4, 4.5, close to 5. That's he times that by 3. That's 12 to 15 every time. 2nd and 5.5. We'll call it 6, 10:39. Clock running. Yeah, says, let's go, boys. Second down and 6 now for Brown and the Phantoms offense. 4 wide receivers on the field. They are split equally both sides. Walker to Brown's right. Red 80 turns, gives to Walker. Walker breaks 1 tackle, turns and spins his way for a gain of 3. That'll bring up 3rd and 2 for Orlando. So we didn't see Roger last week until the end of the first half, early into quarter number 3, till we saw Roger with any consistency in the offense. Tonight, Walker gets the start. He's dialed in for the Arena League coming up here in a couple of months, so his time is limited here in Orlando. Roger, a Bayside High product back in Brevard County. We know him well over on the right coast, as I call it. 3rd down, and that's going to be an offsides on Metro Atlanta. So that'll be a 1st down. I didn't see anybody from Orlando jump. They'll walk it off, and that is indeed a 1st down. It's an outstanding sign if you're a Phantoms fan. Last week, the Phantoms had 3 possessions before they scored last week. So moving the ball, 1st down too. They didn't get a 1st down in their first 2 possessions last week. And they started off throwing the football. You get Walker established, as I said, run some play action, and then take your shots because you've got the speed and the size on the outside right now to get that ball deep down the field. Brown, this time with Walker to his left, turns, gives to him again. Walker gets outside, tries to turn the corner, and this time Metro Atlanta is there to shut the door. Looks like number 37 for Metro Atlanta, first on the scene. If indeed that is, that's Cornelius Tomlinson out of Chowan University. That's going to bring up 2nd and 9, maybe 8 we'll call it, for the Phantoms. 8:23 to play here in the opening quarter. No score, as you see there live on the top of your screen. I'd like to welcome everyone watching on whatever handheld device you currently are watching. So maybe you've got us mirrored into the big screen TV. Same formation. Walker to Torrance Brown's left. Brown looks to throw. First pass of the game, wide open down the field, caught. And this has a chance to get to the end zone. Touchdown, Orlando Phantoms. And with 7:45 to go, he stepped out of bounds, they're going to say. Stepped out of bounds at the 10-yard line. The 5-yard line. But that is exactly the type of start the Phantoms need. They got it. 69-yard pass play. Who was on that receiving end there? Number 19, Samuel Forcow out of University of, well, that's DB. He playing? Yeah, we'd have to double check that. He stepped out. Steven Stark says he did. So we'll get the number on that. I was excited to see him get into the end zone. I was watching him. 7:25 to go. And this time the Orlando Phantoms don't take the timeout. The Metro Atlanta Horsemen do. So with a timeout on the field, we'll figure out who made that reception. We'll be back after these words. All right, welcome back here to Tom Storey Field. No score between the Horsemen and the Phantoms. Still don't know who had that long pass reception, but we'll figure it out here before too long. Roger Walker in the backfield. We got flags. Tell me this is not a delay game. What is this? Oh, no, it's too many men on the field for Orlando. Nope, that's against Metro. Metro's going to pick up a half the distance. They had too many men on the field. I believe they had 12 guys on the field. All right, here we go. It's going to be first and goal to go from about the 3.5-yard line. Two wide receivers, bunch formation. Give us to Walker. Cuts back in. Touchdown, no doubt. Orlando Phantoms. And with 7:22 to go, Walker finishes off the drive. He started 6-0 pending the extra point. Five plays, 90 yards for the Phantoms. 5 plays and 90 yards. Down the field they go. Much thanks to Brian Keys for the statistical updates. And with 7:22 to go, Ryan Johnston comes on to try and boot the extra point here. I won't take you that far away. We don't need to be that far away for the extra point. That should be offside. Snap, hold, kick is up. Good. Penalty will be declined. So the Orlando Phantoms, 5 plays, 90 yards. And it's 7-0 Phantoms. And that is a much different mood on the sideline right now than there was last week at this time. Even with no score at last week at this time. You could just tell something wasn't right with the Phantoms last week, but all is good now after a 5-play, 90-yard drive culminated by a 3-yard run by Roger Walker. And Johnston will come on to kick off. Back deep will be Marcus Singleton and Christopher Williams again. This game's moving a little bit faster than last week's, too. Eric Solgaard says, "Get right, Horseman. Let's go." Here's the kick. This one will be fielded at the 13. Ball's on the turf. Nice job. Great kick coverage by the Phantoms. Looks like down there on the stop was 22. Deontay Henderson And Henderson not only playing some linebacker, playing in coverage tonight, tied for the team leading tackles last week, down there playing the gunner on special teams, and makes the tackle. 6:56 to go, and the Metro Atlanta Horsemen will take over 1st and 10. Ball on their own 13-yard line. Back out is quarterback Quentin Rucker out of North Carolina Central University. Phantoms look like they got 4 down linemen running a 4-3 base right now. That's 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers. Looks like the safety's going to creep up. Injury timeout on the field. So we got an injury timeout. So I am actually going to step away from the game this time. You have no sound? Jody, are you the only one that has that issue? Oh, no, we turn the sound off sometimes between commercial breaks. So freaking me out there, Jody. We got sound. I got sound on my iPad, so I'm assuming we have sound. So see that, Jody? See what you've done to me, Jody? You've now cost me an opportunity to take a commercial break. I'm kidding. But you have. Yeah, you know what? I think we do have time, so I am indeed going to step away. We'll be back here in just a minute from Tom Storey Field. 7-0 Phantoms on top.
Hey, this is Devon Dudley, and you are watching Brevard Sports Network. Oh, my brother, testify.
Much thanks to Devon Dudley, 23-time tag team champion pretty much everywhere. Devon, a Brevard County resident, of course, owns and operates a wrestling school right here in the city, beautiful Orlando. So 7-0, 6:22 to play first quarter. Low snap, give to the running back. He cuts back inside, brought down after a gain of 11. Nice run by number 22 that time. That was Tristian Gould out of Kennesaw State University. Right back to the line of scrimmage in the hurry-up here, 5:59. To me, that hurry-up plays into the hands of the Phantoms defense. I'll tell you why in just a second. Turns, gives. Not on that play, it doesn't. Obviously, these guys aren't taking charter flights, Brian, here and there and everywhere. So this hurry-up offense, I mean, it's a taxing way. I mean, you got to remember, unless they came down last night or drove down today, these guys work all week. When you're home, oh, nice tackle there. Outstanding stop by number 5 for the Phantoms. That's LaRon Hall out of Edgewater High School. But I think when these guys do as much traveling as they do, that no huddle offense can tax a team. And that is, again, a running play. And I'll tell you, Metro is doing exactly what I think they should be doing here, and that is running Tristian Gould again, running right up the middle of that Orlando defense. They've had success there all night, with the exception, save for one play. But no doubt that Tristian Gould is finding daylight there. 1st and 10, ball already out to the 47-yard line. Looking to throw. He does, deep down the field. Wide open, caught all the way down to the 7-yard line. Outstanding grab by the wide receiver. One-on-one coverage. He just simply outran the cornerback on that play. Who was that on that catch? Number 1, Christopher Williams out of South Atlanta High, 6'2", 195 pounds, backs up, finds the ball perfectly thrown, and it's 1st and goal for Metro Atlanta. What do I know about hurry-up offenses, right? Shut up, Allen. Ball on the 4. That didn't look right. Ooh, that was a stick. Looked like number 16 again for Orlando. Joshua Gavadon came in there and lowered the boom. Second and goal to go for Metro Atlanta. Following the 42-yard pass play. 3:46 to go in the opening quarter. And Orlando is all over that. Great job by number 33, I believe, in there. Devin Young, the outside linebacker, sneaks in and makes the stop. And this is where Metro Atlanta hit a wall last time. They had no problem moving the football between the 20s. But once they got down inside the red zone, that Orlando Phantom defense that had bent so much on the drive did not break. Looking to throw, caught, touchdown. And we've got flags, and we'll see Laundry on the field. It's going to be offsides against Orlando. The touchdown will stand to number 1, and why shouldn't it go to Christopher Williams? And it's 7-6 pending the extra point. Nice pitch and catch. Slant pass to the back of the end zone from Quentin Rucker to Christopher Williams. Now we get a chance to see the kicking game unless they go for 2 here. And apparently there is no kicking game, so they're going to go for 2, and we're going to see one of those. This drives me nuts. One of these funky. Everybody line up to one side of the field. They throw flags. Nobody got set, and that's the problem with that play. You're going to go for 2, line up, smack the other team in the mouth, and put it in the end zone. Lining guys up to the left. You're talking about. I mean, I get it. If it's a professional team or a college team, you guys have practiced all week long. I understand that. But when you're limited time together to run these types of plays, they just never work out. Now, maybe it will. Maybe they'll come back and make a liar out of me. I don't know, but we'll see. Sorry about that. I knocked the camera there a little bit. But we'll see here. And we will get the normal lineup. But that backs them up 5 yards. So, obviously, no kicking game to speak of, because certainly a 5-yard penalty backwards would bring out the kicker. No such chance here. Rucker looking, throws way out of the back of the end zone. So the 2-point conversion will fail, and the Orlando Phantoms defense did indeed break that time, but they still will cling to a 1.76 lead here with 3 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Nice drive by the Metro Atlanta Horsemen, who get into the end zone on a 9-yard touchdown pass. 5-yard touchdown pass, I believe. There's a good look, good panoramic view of Lake Brantley High School. Tom Storey Field. The Metro Atlanta Horsemen trying to crack the top 10 of the Apdfl rankings, currently even at 0-1. Orlando, the Phantoms, are ranked 7th. So who is going to kick? And he's obviously going to kick it straight on here. Looks like number 31. It's going to be Martin Rowland. Rowland, that's not a bad kick by Rowland. That ball's going to go out of bounds, though. He had distance on it. Oh, he had to pick it up. Field it, and then right back out of bounds by number 1. Clarence Williams out of Jones High School. And the Phantoms will take over 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line with 3:01 to play in the first quarter. So let me see what's going on with the other game we got happening here tonight. There we go. Okay. Comment. Let me know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. I'll go down these rankings here. Unconquered 1, Alabama Blackhawks 2, Gulf Coast Gators 3. I'll give you the rest here after this play. First and 10, this according to the Apdfl website, not my rankings. Torrance Brown, Roger Walker back in the backfield. Same formation we saw during the entire drive, and it gives to Walker again straight up the middle. Outstanding job this time by Metro Atlanta to slam the door on Walker shut. That's number 33 for the Horseman. That is DeMonte Queen at Albany State University in there on the stop. That'll bring up 2nd and 8. The 4th-ranked team, the Mississippi Dynasty. Then you've got the Panhandle Crusaders, Pike County Titans, the Orlando Phantoms, Crescent City Kings, Georgia Thrashers, Tuskegee Airmen, and then the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. So Metro Atlanta can win this game tonight. They would likely creep well into the top 10. 2:15 to go. Again, the workhorse, Roger Walker, straight up the middle. Walker just so hard to bring down. He's going to have close. He does indeed have an Orlando Phantom first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line here with a $1:45 to play in the opening quarter. 7-6. The Metro Atlanta Horsemen chewing up yards left and right. They've been inside the red zone twice, 1 for 2. Orlando, 1 for 1. Second possession of the game. That ball nearly picked off not once but twice. And the intended wide receiver, number 3, Maurice Thomas. I tell you what, the DB nearly stepped in front of that one, and that was going to be a house call had he been able to corral it. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for Brown. And this Orlando Phantom offense. Incomplete pass will stop the clock. They're in a 3-5 set here, it looks like. Blitz. And that time, the run blitz. Good read by Freddie Dixon out of Westlake High School to get in. I'm sorry, that's a wrong number 6. That was LaShawn Garnett out of Garden City High School on the carry. Just an outstanding read, cut up the middle. That's a loss of 6, maybe 7, and bring up 3rd and 17 now. Obvious passing situation. There you see the safety standing at about the 47-yard line. About 17 yards off the line of scrimmage. Throws. Outstanding effort, but incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down. The intended wide receiver for the Orlando Phantoms on that was Quadre Hearns, 5'6", 168-pound wide receiver. Good effort. Here is a critical possession here for the Phantoms. They haven't defensively, they got that stand inside the 15 on the opening drive, but here's where we need to start seeing some adjustments made. You're going to be 3 drives into this game, 27.6 seconds to go here. Looks like number 2 is back deep. If indeed it is 2, it's Marquavis Favors out of Mississippi Gulf Coast. Snap, good one, kick. Ball is going to bounce at, it's going to take a Metro Atlanta bounce ahead. And the Horseman and quarterback Quentin Rucker will take over with 17 seconds to play in the first quarter. 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Alan Slaughter-Zinski on the call. Brian Keys here tonight, taking care of the stats, doing the PA, running the press box, doing it all for Lake Brantley High School. 17.4. Kawan Pinard, Steven Starks, Dizzy Garcia, Curtis Sapp, Scout Johnson. Welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. If you guys wouldn't mind, hit that like button for me, please. 1st and 10. Actually, the ball is going to be at near the 45. Kind of a zone run there. Shut down by number 17 from the Phantoms. Good play by Rashard Dixon. He didn't over-penetrate. He followed and then made the stop. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter, where the Orlando Phantoms are on top. 5-play, 90-yard drive. Roger Walker gets into the end zone. Extra point is good. Then Metro Atlanta would score on a 7-yard touchdown pass from Quentin Rucker to Christopher Williams. Extra point failed. 7-6 Phantoms back with the start of the second quarter. In just a minute, you're watching the Apdfl Orlando Phantoms here on the Brevard Sports Network. Hey everybody, Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network. For the best in local Space Coast sports coverage, log on to Facebook and follow us at Brevard Sports Network. If you're looking for top-notch youth, high school, and college coverage, once again, Brevard Sports Network on Facebook. You'll see interviews, broadcasts, game previews, game recaps. You'll see it all. Once again, Brevard Sports Network on Facebook. Welcome back here to Tom Storey Field at Lake Brantley High School. 7-6 Phantoms on top. 2nd and 10. Under pressure throws. Perfectly executed screen. Can they turn it into yards? Yes, indeed. That'll be a gain of 13. And a Metro Atlanta first down. Outstanding play call there. And well executed by the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. They are now, Tyrone Barnes is the owner and the offensive coordinator for the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. We went through the Phantoms coaching staff, so here is, they got a big staff. The head coach is Wiltrude Black. The offensive assistant is Will Postel. He is also a tight end and H-backs coach. You got Leonard Holmes as an offensive assistant and running back coach. You got Trey Hayes, the offensive assistant and wide receivers coach. Maurice Magruder is an offensive assistant and a quarterback coach. He's also the assistant OC. 3rd down and 1. He did not get the first down, so he must have stepped out of bounds. You got, who's the defensive coordinator? Jamal Gordon is the defensive coordinator, so quite a staff, and that's not all of the coaching staff. We'll make sure we read them all before the end of the night. 3rd down and 1 from the gun, straight up the middle, and they will not pick it up. Number 31 for the Orlando Phantoms. Rob Gregory, the other co-leader in tackles for Orlando, shuts it down, and a critical 4th and 1 here for the Horsemen. Interesting to see what this play call will be from Tyrone Barnes. They might have more players than coaches. Or more coaches than players, I'm sorry. Got that backwards. I'm kidding, of course. 4th and 1. 13:44 to go in the first half. flags, delay a game. So that's going to make this an even bigger decision. So they're going to argue the play clock situation, but they can argue all they want. It's backing up. And Will Black, let's see what Coach Black does here. Will he punt it? Will he go for it? They're going to go for it. And it'll be 4th and 7 now. So you may, I can't imagine. Interesting choice here. And the Phantoms, they jumped. Free play down the field, wide open, caught at the 10, cuts back. Can he beat in for a touchdown? Unbelievable. Christopher Williams from Quentin Rucker, 52 yards, and it's 12-7 pending the extra point. The play was offsides. It was a free play. Same coverage as before on the big pass play to Williams. It works again, and it's 12-7. Wow. So they're going to go for 2. With 13:03 to play here in the first half. There you see the formation on your screen. We'll just leave the camera right there. That's not a bad look at what's about to take place. So just you know what? That's good concentration by Quentin Rucker. As a former quarterback, I can tell you a lot of times when you know you have a free play, your eyes get as big as $half, and you tend to overthrow that ball sometimes, even underthrow it. Quentin Rucker, nice job. Look like movement up front, pass thrown, and an outstanding grab by the wide receiver. That's a want-to catch. He just simply wanted that ball more than a defender on that play. Was that number 2? Yep, number 2 on the reception for the conversion. Marquise Favors, he's 5'9", 175 pounds, and to say he went up and got that ball would just be an understatement. So with 13:03 to play here in the first half, the Metro Atlanta Horsemen have now scored on 2 of their first 3 drives via the long pass, essentially has set them both up. Well, the last one was a 52-yard touchdown pass. Got to make some adjustments in that secondary for the Orlando Phantoms for sure, because there are some issues there right now that have to be addressed. Three men back deep. What's that? Oh, no. Did he really? Wow. I'll tell you all about this here coming up in just a second. Ball kicked back, picked up at the 9, fielded outside, cuts it back down to the 20-yard line. Want a breaking sports news for everybody here on the Brevard Sports Network. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the great boxer, middleweight boxer in his day, passed away today. He said age 61, 66. 66 years old. Marvelous Marvin Hagler. You want to talk about, I'll tell you, man, Marvin could throw him. He could throw him quick. That's when, to me, boxing was just boxing back then. You know, you had Marvin Hagler, Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard. I mean, that was, you want to talk about, that was the greatest era in the history of middleweight boxing. The heavyweights, you got to go back to Foreman and Frazier and Ali, you know, obviously those days. But for middleweight boxing, certainly Marvin Hagler, a big reason why the middleweights and that era of boxing. Great play by the Horsemen. And right now, I tell you what, the momentum has obviously shifted to the Horsemen here, and that's going to be a loss of 4. It's going to bring 2nd and 14 with 12 minutes to go in the half. 14-7, Horsemen on top. Torrance Brown from the gun. That's going to be a false start. Scout Johnson, Mike Davis, Nalissa Sita, all watching here on the Brevard Sports Network. And there's Coach Torres down there right now with the defense. He's got them in. And one thing I will tell you about the Orlando Phantoms, and believe me when I tell you, I've done my fair share of covering semi-pro football or amateur to professional development football, whatever you want to call it, minor league football, it doesn't matter. I've done my fair share of covering teams. We currently broadcast 2 different teams, 2 different organizations. And I can tell you right now, the one thing that impresses me about Orlando is that when the going gets tough, it's not finger pointing, and he is going to be sacked at the 1. The offensive line right now, just not getting it done. Adjustments made by the Horsemen. And that's going to be the first sack of the night for Metro Atlanta, and that's a big one because that's going to be 3rd and a trip back to Brevard County for me for a first down. Officially, it's going to be 3rd and 30. Ball placed at the 5. But there's no finger pointing going on. They'll get this figured out. They'll get this straightened out. Hopefully. 14-7, they trail right now in this one. They got one more home game before they got to hit the road for 2. They open with 3 here. 10:30 to go. 4 wide receivers. Draw play up the middle. Good call there. Not feeling it right now to throw the ball from that deep. And that's going to bring up 4th and 26, and obviously a punt from their own end zone. And this certainly begs to say this defense is certainly going to have to come up huge now. All right, so we got an injury timeout on the field. So I'm just going to hit the mute button. We'll be back here in just a second from Lake Brantley High School. Sitting here talking to Brian Keys. Welcome back. We were just reminiscing about some old NFL film stuff, and Brian reminded me of saying Vince Lombardi once said, where he said, every offensive play is designed to score a touchdown. Every defensive play is designed to stop you from scoring a touchdown. There are 5 plays in every game that are the difference maker. What you don't know going in is what those 5 plays are going to be. That play right there, Brian, was one of those 5 plays. And Ryan Johnson's going to punt from about 6 yards deep in his end zone. I don't think I've ever seen a punter kick as close to the line of scrimmage as he does, and somehow he gets that off. He finds the crack in the crevice, ball fielded at the 44 and brought down at the 39-yard line, and the Metro Atlanta Horsemen will take over. 1st and 10 at the 39. Mike Davis says 4 quarters. Indeed. And halftime is always big time in terms of coaching adjustments. So we'll see what adjustments are going to be made up front on that offensive line. Because to me, the Horsemen have made their adjustments up front. The Phantoms were gouging the front of that Metro defensive line, and they've now shut the door and figured out and how to get up front. So, counter, it's a game of chess. Football is definitely a game of chess. 9:49 to go here in the first half. It's 14-7. Atlanta on top of Orlando. 1st and 10. Ball officially marked at the 40. Phantom show blitz. They do not bring it. Looking to throw. He does. And the wide receiver dropped that one about 8 yards downfield. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Now, here's where you got to figure out, 2nd and 10. If you're Atlanta, now you take a shot, capitalize. That 8 yards, I get it, but now's where you really got to take a shot. Because while it is a 4-quarter football game and there are adjustments that can be made, obviously, that guy momentum is firmly on the side of the Horsemen. And if they can put another one in here and make it 21-14 or 22-7, 22-7, you got to figure they're certainly, no matter what adjustments are made, blitz off the corner, throws down the field, incomplete, no flags. So this is going to be 4-down territory for sure. It's going to bring up 4th. 1, 2. I guess it is 4th down already, huh? 4th down and 9 for Atlanta. Big play defensively here. That drop looms large on 1st down. Throws. Intercepted. Good play. And he's got room on the sidelines. Down the sidelines at the 40. The 30. Cuts it back. This could be a pick 6. And it is indeed a pick 6 for the Orlando Phantoms. Alexander Abney Jr. out of Lake Howe High School makes one of those plays. 77-yard pick 6. Wow. Talk about a turn of events there. Mo has changed his shirt. Mike Davis said it's a 4-quarter game, and indeed it is. As Ryan Johnston comes on to kick the extra point. 14-13. Ball right in the hands of Alexander Abney Jr., the 6'1", 185-pound defensive back. And he had blockers in front, and he found his way to the end zone. That's offsides. Wow. That, Brian, no doubt that was the drive right there. Theoretically, when you look at that, that's a 14-point swing. Yeah. Yeah, that's a 14-point pick 6, really. And Abney was the only receiver in the area. Oh, no. Did he make it? He does. So Johnston gets underneath of it but has enough to get it through. And the Orlando Phantoms have tied it up at 14 on a 77-yard pick six by Alexander Abney Jr. out of Lake Howell High School. Talking about those plays, that was it right there. The scout says, just run the damn ball, man. Yeah, there's no doubt. Kenneth says route was open, just a off pass. Yeah, I mean, look, Alexander Abney Jr. was the only receiver in the vicinity of that particular ball. So yeah, that was definitely. I don't know if it slipped out of his hand or what happened there. Coach used to tell me in my high school days, if on fourth down you throw that long pass and it gets intercepted, you just better make sure you make the tackle because that's as good as a punt, right? Well, that's that's not what he meant. $8:50 to play. Johnston gets a nice foot into this one. This will be fielded at the 10. Out to the 20, 25, cuts back to the 30, still on his feet, cuts back again to the 32-yard line, and that's where the Horseman will come back out and take over. So we'll see how Quentin Rucker responds from a pick six, and quarterbacks are always supposed to have short memories. Hawk Smash says, let's go 31, my best friend. Rob Gregory has 9 tackles last week. He's got a tackle in this one tonight. 10 tackles on the year. Here we go. 8:08. Phantom showing that blitz again. They don't bring it. Straight up the middle. That's a game. It doesn't look like a lot, but that's 5-6 yards on first down, and that's what you want. Second and 5. Again, Scout Johnson getting his wish there. This time, though, in to slam the door is number 22, Deontay Henderson, with his, what's that? Number 9 also in there, David Roberts on the tackle. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 6. You also need to get a little creative, too, if you're going to keep the ball on the ground. I get you want to go up the middle, and you found some space there before, but some zone stretch runs might not be bad from this formation, maybe a little bit of misdirection. So you definitely just don't want to turn and hand the ball off straight up the job. That's the one area I would disagree with you, Scott. I think you got to get a little bit creative there. Nice job. And I'll tell you what, this young man is an outstanding wide receiver. He's got great yak moves, yards after the catch moves, as once again Christopher Williams burns this Orlando secondary for a first down, and with 6:48 to play, it's 1st and 10 from the Phantoms' 38-yard line. Nice play, nice throw from Quentin Rucker. Coming up at halftime, absolutely nothing. I'm going to take about a 15-minute break, and we'll be back with the start of the 3rd quarter. And again, straight up the middle, and the Phantoms will stand up the defensive line that time. Looks like number 9 again in on the stop, David Roberts, blowing up the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. Just like there's 4 quarters, there's 4 downs. And Orlando's got to remember, you can get that stop on first and second down. But they're not playing 4 downs here defensively, as we've seen Rucker expose them late in down situations. So this will be 2nd and 10. Throws, caught, still on his feet. Outstanding move again. He turns nothing into something. He's going to pick up 2, but it should have been a loss of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 8. So 3rd and 8 now. Should have been a loss of 6, it looks like, here from the replay. Not replay, but the feed is delayed about 30 seconds, so I'm able to see it on the iPad after it happens. 3rd, and we got whistles. And a timeout for Metro Atlanta. So the Horsemen want to talk about it. All right, welcome back here. 3rd and 9. For Rucker and the offense. 4 wide receivers, 1 back in the backfield. Rucker looks to throw, does. He wants no flag. 4th and 8. I'm not sure what he was asking for 1 for. Looks like their legs kind of mixed up tonight. I mean, we're going to get a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty here on the quarterback. He had something to say to the white hat or the coach, one or the other. He's going to back him up 15 yards. I don't know. I was just wondering. I'm watching to see if they're actually going to punt. I would think they would almost have to, right? I think we're going to see a punt. Holy cow. You got 2 guys back deep. I don't think that ball's going to get to the second deep guy. So number 16, the second deep guy standing at the 10. Snap. Holy cow, it might. It does. What do I know? Fair caught at the 22. Good punt. Obviously not a team that punts a lot, but a good punt there. So with 4:32 to go here in the first half, it's all tied up at 14 apiece. A pick 6 and a 5-play 90-yard drive for the Phantoms. And for the Horsemen, a touchdown pass from 7 yards out and a 52-yarder. Christopher Williams tonight's got to be close to or over 100 yards receiving already. 4:32. I'd like to welcome in everybody watching here on the Brevard Sports Network tonight. Here comes Torrance Brown and Roger Walker back in the backfield again. Roger wasn't in for the last series. Two wide receivers. They're all split equally to both sides. The referee blows the whistle. We're set here with 4:32 to play in the first half. Score tied at 14. Brown going to keep it a designed quarterback run. Brown gets outside. Flag. It's going to be a hold. It's coming back. So it'll be 1st and 20. Indeed, number 15 for Metro Atlanta, Kevin Williams. Well, it's like, is that 15 or 16? I'm not sure who that is. Anyway, he's reaching in his hip like throw a flag. Orlando's one of those teams, and my introduction into minor league football came 3 years ago with the Space Coast Tar Heels and Orlando. We came over here and broadcast a game in which the Phantoms dominated Orlando for 4 quarters of play, but Orlando ended up winning the football game because Space Coast didn't have a kicker and Orlando did, and it's just the way it worked out. But Orlando's one of those teams where – you just can't leave them hanging around, obviously. Thrown, and they cost each other an interception on that play because that ball, here's what happened on that play. If you take a look, the wide receiver, number 1, Clarence Williams, he was running a go route. That ball was not a go route throw, and the safety and the defensive back read it, and, that's the football gods on your side there. But Clarence Williams was definitely running a go route. 4 minutes, 2nd and 20. So miscommunication there nearly leads to disaster. Brown's been sacked once tonight. He's not turned the football over. He threw 2 picks last week, sacked 4 times, looking to throw. He's in trouble, rolls out to his right, tells his wide receiver, get going, throws, incomplete outside the pocket. In college, you can get outside the pocket and throw the ball. In high school football, it doesn't matter where you're at outside the pocket. It's intentional grounding. At least in the state of Florida it is. That'll bring up 3rd down and 23:51 to play here in the first half. 14 all between the Phantoms and the Horseman. Horseman out of Atlanta. Walker to the right of Brown. 2-step, 3-step drop, looking to throw. He's under pressure. You got to get rid of it. Oh, my goodness gracious, from behind. Ball's taken away. That ball was just taken away from Torrance Brown, and it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 11. Number 37 or 31 for Metro Atlanta took that ball away. Martin Rowland out of Morris Brown College just took the ball from Torrance Brown. Took it right out of his hand. So while they may not have gotten the interception, they certainly create the turnover, and it's 1st and 10 at the 12 for the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. I'd go right back to that slant pass to Christopher Williams in the back of the end zone. Williams lined up wide to the right. There you see him. Single coverage, man on man, no help. And, well, that's where they were going. No free play on this one. I believe they're going to say this is against Metro Atlanta. Now, if there's one area tonight that there is of concern, if you're the coaching staff for the Horsemen, it is exactly what's happened inside of the 20-yard line. On that first drive, they stalled. They nearly stalled on that second drive. Here, they're shooting themselves in the foot with a penalty, backed up now to about the 17-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 17, 1st and 15, from the 17. Rucker looking to throw, just dumps that one out in a hurry. Not sure why. I know there was pressure, but I don't think he had to get rid of it that fast. Obvious 4-down territory for you here. 3:35 to play in the first half. So I think you got, obviously you want to score a touchdown. So if you got that read and somebody's open in the end zone, that's where you go here. But on your check down, you at least want to try to pick up half of that 15 here and put yourself, play it safe. Again, if you're not wide open in the end zone, look for that second or third guy. Rucker looking, throws, caught, touchdown. So much for that. And there's the slant pass in the back of the end zone we said would work. It does. And pending the extra point, no flags down. The 18-yard pass from Rucker to Williams again for the second time tonight, third time tonight. No, that's the second touchdown for Williams. He had the slant pass at the other end. It is 20-14 pending the extra point. And here's this formation they tried to run on the other side of the field. And again, we'll see if they get lined up right this time. They may get lined up right, but they may take too much time in doing it. They only had 10 players out on the field. So we'll see if this works. If it does, it'll be a 22-20 lead. If not, it'll be 20-14. Atlanta on top of Orlando. Throws, caught, and do the arms go up? They do. The extra point is good. And with 3:32 to play here in the first half, the Horsemen convert the turnover. Pot. Points off turnovers into 8, and it's 22-14. 2 plays, 17 yards. Took all of 8 seconds off the clock. Scout says Chris Williams currently invited to training camp for the Columbus Lions professional arena football team. I could see it. The most impressive thing about him tonight, for me, Scout, has been what he does with the ball after he catches it. He's obviously gotten open all night, but the ability to find the sticks has been impressive as well. Hope everybody's having a good time here tonight on the Brevard Sports Network. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate you keeping it classy and clean. Yep, and that's exactly right. Brian reminds me to remind you to make sure you take that spring forward tonight. Never a big fan of the forward part. Love the backwards part. Not a big fan of the forward part, as I'm sure all of you are. And I do like the extra daylight, though. That ball just pulled out of the air and pushed out of bounds at about the somewhere between. Oh, we got a flag down. See that laundry there next to the 0? This could be a hold. And it is, and that'll back up Orlando 10 yards. So that guy, Mo, he's decided to change sidelines again. He is now in the pocket of the Atlanta Horsemen. 3:24 to go. We're starting to see the adjustments made by that Metro defense in terms of taking advantage of that offensive line, which is new. And as you know, offensive lines that are new take a game, 2 or 3, to find that rhythm, find that gel that makes them a cohesive unit. And obviously the Phantoms tonight now starting to struggle up front. Torrance Brown facing pressure, had the ball taken out of his hands. He's been sacked at the goal line. Let's see what happens here with 3:22 to play in the opening half. 22-14, Atlanta on top of Orlando. Brown gives off. That'll be a gain of 3. That'll be a flag flying in late. I think that's going to go against Atlanta. Silly penalty, 15 yards. That'll be an automatic first down. Say happy stimulus day. Oh, I hear people getting those stimulus checks already. Good to see so many people on the feed not out spending the stimulus just yet. That's 15. Unsportsmanlike conduct. The second of the game against Metro Atlanta. 3:08 to play first half. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Phantoms. Ball at their own 36-yard line. To the line of scrimmage comes Brown. He'll operate out of the shotgun where he and Rucker have been all night. One back to his left. 2 wide receivers set. Metro Atlanta shows blitz. They bring it thrown. That ball forced out of the hands off the blitz and overthrown, shot down the field. Clock stops, 2:42 to go. Isaiah said, nah, they spent that $1,400 already. Yeah. So 2nd and 10 for Orlando. They need to take advantage here of the given first down to them, but obviously they're going to keep coming after Brown. They're showing blitz. They're bringing blitz. See what they bring up. And look, it is nobody backed but one safety. Throws open. Nice throw. Nice catch. Into the seam there. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Torrance Brown and the Orlando Phantoms offense. And another flag. They're going to go against Atlanta too. Nope, it's not. Nope, no flag. Okay, so ball out at the 30. Good job on the throw. Not sure who the receiver was there, but a good job. He got in three coverage. In between 3 guys there, and Brown slipped the ball in. 2:08 to play again. We play college rules, so there is no 2-minute warning. Blitz coming. Throws. Caught. And out of bounds. That is the number 1 for Orlando, which is Clarence Williams. This is just a straight cover 1. They got 1 guy back deep. Everybody else is at the line of scrimmage or right next to it. One deep safety is all they have at the moment. So they really believe, Metro Atlanta really believes in their superiority to get to Brown before he can make a play. And so far on this drive, it's not panned out for them. Cover one, generally, the terminology for that is man-to-man coverage, except for the one guy, the safety. So you see him, and that's essentially what they got. And he's not assigned to cover anybody specifically, but rather plays deep and reacts to the certain development of the play. So when you hear us say cover one, cover zero, things of that nature, that's what we're talking about. Yep, that's the other good point that Brian Keys has pointed out. Orlando, Young says that's all we need back there. The Phantoms, who won the toss, deferred. So if they can put the ball in the end zone here, they will also get the ball to start the second half. It'll be a 15-minute intermission coming up at the half, and we're just simply going to take a break. We'll be back with you next week right here on the Brevard Sports Network for Orlando Phantoms football. Brown with 4 wide receivers, not split equally because of the ball placement on the field. Not seeing Walker on this drive. Give us the back that is in. That's number 22 for the Phantoms. Is that 22? That's not Deontay. Who is that? Trying to figure out who that is carrying the ball. Timeout. 47.6 seconds to go. It might be could be Jaleel Davis. And Jaleel's a guy I know well. Spent some time over on Brevard County in 23. Got you. Thank you. Jaleel spent some time over with the Space Coast Tar Heels. So 47.6 seconds to go in the first half, 22-14. The Horsemen on top of the Phantoms. Second and 10. They need to get to about the 8 for a first down. Still time to play with you. They got one timeout left. Brown with Davis to his left. Looking to throw. Does. Oh, goodness, that's a dangerous play, but caught. Nice job. Nice catch. Whew. Man, you can exhale, Phantom fans. As coming down with that is Clarence Williams. Gets out of bounds. Should stop the clock, I believe. I'll slide the camera down so we can run into the post here. Third down now. Apologize. Third down and about 8. No. If it's NFL rules, why are they playing with college football? No, they're not playing NFL rules. They're playing college rules. No, I said no. It's college rules, no NFL rules, because there's no 2-minute warning, but 15-minute quarters. Under pressure, Brown can't. This is just where you can't. This is on Brown. You just cannot take a sack here. That'll bring up fourth down. You got to at least get rid of the ball because you could stop the clock there. You don't have to burn a timeout. If you're going to go for it, you just cannot take a sack in that situation. Good job. That is the second sack of the game for the Horsemen. And they do indeed call a timeout. And I guess that's going to bring on Ryan Johnston to try a field goal. The ball's at the 20, so this will be about a 36, 37-yard field goal for Johnston. He did not have don't think he did. I'm going to double check that. The Phantoms get the ball. Dwight Gifford to start the second half. So Ryan Johnston's going to come on now. Oh, sorry about that. I accidentally hit the stand holding the camera. My apologies. Please forgive me. Again, we're operating on one-man crews tonight. So 4th and 12, Johnson. I'm doing the camera and the broadcasting and all of that. Got Brian Keys helping me out here with the stats. So this will be about a 37-yarder snap. Hold, kick is up. It is no good. So the kick is no good. And that'll take us to the end of the first half with your score. The Horsemen 22. Oh, wait a minute. We got, that should be the half, right? Got an injured player down. So that is going to take us to the end of the first half. So we'll be back with the start of the second half in 15 minutes. The Metro Atlanta Horsemen 22, the Orlando Phantoms 14. Welcome back here to Tom Storey Field at Lake Brantley High School. Alan Slaughter-Zinski with you here on the Brevard Sports Network, winding down halftime here. 22-14, the Metro Atlanta Horsemen on top. Here are your first half stats, courtesy of Mr. Brian Keys and Beach Wave Volleyball Club. First downs in the first half, Atlanta with 8, Orlando 5. Rushing yards, Atlanta 82, Orlando 23. Penalty yards, 140 to 99. Sacked, Atlanta not sacked at all. Orlando 2 times for 16 yards. In terms of completions and attempts, Rucker was 10 of 18 for 1 interception in the first half and 3 touchdowns. In terms of Torrance Brown, 4 of 9, 1 pick, and he had a touchdown. Total yards, 222 for Atlanta, 122 for Orlando. Points off turnovers, 8 for Atlanta, 7 for Orlando. Time of possession, here's the big stat in this one. Time of possession, 19 minutes, 10 seconds for Atlanta, 10 minutes and 50 seconds for Orlando. So we'll be back with the start of the first half. Orlando will get the ball, or second half, Orlando will get the ball. 22-14, Atlanta on top of Orlando. Hey everybody, Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network. For the best in local Space Coast sports coverage, log on to Facebook and follow us at Brevard Sports Network. If you're looking for top-notch youth, high school, and college coverage, once again, Brevard Sports Network on Facebook. You'll see interviews, broadcasts, game previews, game recaps. You'll see it all. Once again, Brevard Sports Network on Facebook.
Hi, this is Michelle Rycroft with Beach Wave Volleyball Club, and you're watching Brevard Sports Network.
Satellite Beach Seahawks cheer, love BSN!
That time of possession is the big first half stat as we get set to start half number 2 here. 19 minutes, 10 seconds worth of possession time for Atlanta in that first half. And, 10 minutes and 50 seconds for Orlando. So, obviously, some adjust. Now, I did happen to see the backup quarterbacks throwing the ball. Now, I don't know if that's just to stay loose, if that's what they normally do at halftime, but it did look like to me that there was a sense of urgency on the situation. So I don't know if something may have happened to Torrance Brown, if he's, I'm just speculating here as we get set to start the second half here. So we'll see if Torrance Brown takes the field. And we're going to find out in a hurry because Orlando won the toss and they deferred. So they will receive the second half toss. They trail 22-14. They got to get this offense on track. It's 122 yards of total offense in the first half, and a lot of penalty yards in this one so far. And we are set to go here. A fresh 15 on the clock. Again, just 5 first downs for Orlando, 23 rushing yards and 99 passing yards. So we'll see what adjustments were made as we get set to approach the 9 o'clock hour. Don't forget to turn your clocks ahead tonight. Of course, in this day and age, a lot of that is done for us. Ball fielded at the 20-yard line, out to the 20. All the way out to the 35-yard line. And see here if it's Torrance Brown that comes back out. Roger Walker on the field. And I do think we're going to have a new quarterback here. It looks like that could be Dontavius Purdue. Going to looks like he's going to take over. Oh, nope, there's Torrance. Purdue is in there, or was walking out there. Dontavius Purdue, the backup quarterback out of Eustis High School, 6'4", 250 pounds. So he's got some size. But it is indeed going to be team captain Torrance Brown at a Cairo Bear High. So it'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 36-yard line. Give to Roger Walker straight up the middle on the offensive line. Not able to provide any space whatsoever. And that should be a loss of 1. And James Moreland, I believe, on the stop. And again, for all intent and purpose, they got 10 guys in the box, and they are just daring Orlando to beat them. 10 guys in the box. So Torrance is indeed the quarterback. I saw him walk on the field, but Torrance is okay. That'll be an offsides. So that'll be another penalty against Metro Atlanta. That'll move the ball up 5 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 5. And you see the push-ups being done by the guilty party. Did he? It says Eustis for some reason on here. I thought he did. You know what? That's funny you say that. I thought he went to O'Galley. I don't know why it says Cairo Bear High on the thing. I was just going by what they put on the roster, but I thought he was at O'Galley. My bad on that one. Should have went with my gut. 2nd and 5 to give his to Walker. Walker looks to turn the corner, gets outside, tries to cut it back, but he will not. And there to greet him is number 31 for Metro Atlanta. That is Martin Rowland out of Morris Brown College. Thank you, Mike. I thought he did. Where is Cairo Bear? What is that? You ever heard of that, Brian? Cairo Bear, Cairo Bear High. I never even heard of it. 3rd and 5 now for Brown and the Phantoms offense. Overseas. Gotcha. Thank you. In Egypt. Okay, see, it says high school. Thank you. I didn't know. Check out Egypt. Let me put that on my roster. Cairo in Egypt. So thank you all. See that? I'm not broadcasting alone tonight. You are indeed helping me out, so I appreciate you. What's that? Yeah. Yeah, that would definitely qualify as a first for me. 3rd and 10 following the penalty to back them up. 11:23 to go, just underway here. Brown wiggles out of trouble, throws, and the intended receiver was indeed the gentleman that is the backup quarterback, Dontavius Purdue, a 6'4", 250-pound wide receiver there out of Eustis High School. And that's going to bring up 4th down. So Orlando goes 3 and out, no help. He also played in Germany. Outstanding. Thank you, Jody. Germany, I know a good friend of mine, DeMarcus Manyfield. I know he played Coach Many over there in Brevard County. Played overseas. I know a lot of guys played overseas. I know I'm told that Dylan Rita is going to rejoin the Phantoms. That's just a rumor I'm hearing. But Dylan, of course, played overseas as well. So 4th and 10, 11:15 to go here in the third quarter. Back deep to punt is Ryan Johnston. Here's the punt, and that's blocked. And I can't help but say this. It just felt like a matter of time. Number 31 in on the block and the recovery, Martin Roll. I just felt like a matter of time. I mentioned in the first half how close I think he stands to that to the line of scrimmage, and unable to get it off that time. And I don't know if that's something that he's used to or is comfortable out of. It's the first punt he's had blocked this year. Of course, he didn't have any blocked last week, and he's had a couple come close. But that one finally gets blocked, and Metro Atlanta will take over 1st and 10 on the Phantoms' 26-yard line. 11 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 3 and out, and then the 4th down block punt. Quarterback has been Quentin Rucker. Nice tackle by number 22 for the Phantoms, Deontay Henderson. That's his 4th tackle of the night. He now assumes the team lead in that category. Came into the night tied with Rob Gregory, but Gregory has 1 tonight, and Deontay Henderson has 4. The Horseman looking for, I guess, what you could classify as a nail in one of the parts of the coffin, straight up the middle. Still on his feet. Great run. That's a great run. Good balance, good body control, and that is enough for a Metro Atlanta first down. Tristian Gould at Kennesaw State University, 5'10", 206 pounds, low center of gravity there, allowed him to twist, turn, and mosey on for another 5. So this will be 1st and 10, and they're going to need to get to the 5 for a first down ball in the 15. Gould again follows, blocks. Gould with a chance. Gould in the end zone for a Metro Atlanta first down. And off the block punt, it took them exactly 2 plays to get in. And it is 29-14 pending the extra point. Sorry about that. Running into the narrow windows here at Liberty High School. Going to have to get on my Fox and CBS crew about getting these cameras adjusted. Yeah, all the boys in the truck downstairs. So they're going to go for 2. And with 9:50 to play here in the third quarter, it's 29-14 pending the extra point. We don't see that goofy formation, but they did get 2 out of it. This is Quentin Rucker, and he's going to be stopped, so the extra point will be no good. But it's a 15-point lead now for the Horsemen out of Metro Atlanta. Check that 14-point lead. 28-14 should be. That's what touchdowns worth 6, Alan. And you got to kick the extra point. Come on, buddy. Get the math together here. All right, so it is definitely crunch time now. 28-14 for the Horsemen. 28, right? Yeah, it's 28, yeah. 28, yep. Orlando went 3 and out on their opening possession of the second half, so we'll see. I hear you, Scout. I'm with you, man. And I say this at the high school level too, as well. You know, we cover a lot of high school. Right up the middle. This is an opportunity. Cuts it back. And that is number 2 on the return there. That was Michael Marshall. The only piece of advice I'd offer Michael on that play is you got to keep running north and south. He got out to the 40, 45. He had a chance. He probably would have picked up another, if not broke it. Got to stay north and south on special teams. But a good return nonetheless puts the ball in good field position for Torrance Brown and this Phantoms offense. 1st and 10, ball at the 47, 9:30 to play in the third quarter. And I couldn't agree with you more, Scout. I mean, I just couldn't. I talked to a lot of high school coaches, not just in Brevard County, but across the state. And one of my questions is always, man, don't you, because there are a lot of great high school kickers now out there. And I tell you what, they are a huge weapon. Good carry there by number 6. That is LaShawn Garnett. We got a kicker back in Merritt Island, back at Merritt Island High School for the Mustangs in Brevard County. This young man is a junior. He was our special teams player of the year in Brevard County, not named by us. This young man this year kicked a 57. His name is Brady Denenberg. Kicked a 57, 54, 52, and a 50-yard field goal this year. I mean, that is unheard of in high school. But you know what? They were an okay team. 2 of those games they won because of 2 of those field goals he kicked. Again, Garnett, this time, that ball's out, and they're going to say he was down. Yeah, that's right. Scout, you're 100% right. Get 2. And because you know what? Like the quarterback position, unless, you got Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers back there, there should always be competition for that spot on a team. Always. And that's why I used to love, guys like, coaches like Bill Belichick, because even Adam, he cut Adam Vinatieri, released Adam, let Adam Vinatieri go in his prime, essentially, and drafted Steven Gostkowski to bring him in. Oh, my goodness. Look at this young man. I say young. I'm 51 years old. They're all younger than me. But that was that's how they play that. That's how they play north of the border in Canada. That kind of a start. That'll back them up 5 yards. Or actually, sorry, move my head 5 yards. That should be a first down. $7:44 to play in a quick-moving third quarter. Yeah, and I agree with that too. Football's football. You approach the dynamics the same. In my opinion, this is just my opinion, the dynamics the same. What works at a high school level in terms of recruiting and making sure you have depth and talent works at all levels. Garnett. If you got an RBC, a running back by committee in the backfield, a lot of times it's never good to have 2 slashers back there. You always want a guy that can kind of carry a little bit of power, to have that slashing type back. So, I hear you. I'm definitely in agreement with you on a lot of that for sure. No gain, 2nd and 10, 6:47 to go here, third quarter, 28-14. Atlanta on top. And are we going to get a timeout? We are indeed. So not a great start to the second half for Orlando. 3 and out, a block punt, touchdown for Metro, and now they got to use a timeout with 6:23 to play in the third quarter here. Let me check on and see what's happening over on the coast for our other semi-pro team that we cover and broadcast. Tar Heels are trailing the Golden Isle Grizzlies 28-22 over on the coast. For those of you watching here on the Brevard Sports Network, closely affiliated to sports in Brevard County. See if I can't get you some score updates from around the Apdfl as well. 2nd and 10 for Brown. He's now got 2 backs in the backfield, Garnett and Walker. So this is a first look. This is the first time tonight we've seen this. Brown rolls, throws, caught. Still on his feet and all the way down to the 7-yard line. Nice catch. Good run after the catch. Looks like number 23? 13. Number 13, Daniel Krupa, 6'3", 220-pound wide receiver out of Alma College. And the the Phantoms are in business. 1st and goal at the 8. Nice job by Brown. Drilled that ball in there. His best pass of the night. We got whistles and a timeout here on the field. So let's take a look around the Apdfl and see if we got any score updates on their website. Let's see here. Nope. No updates. Nope, my apologies. No updates here on the out-of-town scoreboard. So it'll be 1st down and goal to go. And that's the problem. See, you know, if you're a Metro Atlanta fan, you've allowed the Tar Heels to hang around, and if they can get into the end zone here, they're certainly within striking distance. With 5:36 to play in the third quarter, let's back it up a little bit here. 2 backs in the backfield. This is a design run by Brown. Follows the back, his blockers, his 2 backs in the backfield, and he'll be brought down at the 5. It's a killer instinct. Finish. You got to finish at any level. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate those words. Gators over the Tigers. 51-0. If you all have any score updates, feel free to comment here. And I appreciate everybody tonight commenting and participating in the broadcast. And, you know, myself and Brian Keys up here. It can be lonely, you know, when you don't have a broadcast partner. 4:50 to play. 2nd and goal from the 5 for Brown. Looks to throw, does. Not sure where that was deflected, but it did not find its intended target. Quick slant pass. You got to get rid of that ball quickly. That is a play designed to get rid of that ball, and that ball needs to be thrown right as that wide receiver is coming out of his break. Checking into the game is going to be number 23, Jaleel Davis out of Akron University for Orlando. The incomplete pass will stop the clock. It's going to bring up 3rd down and goal now. I would imagine this field goal makes it 28-17. I still think you absolutely have to come away with 6 points here. So I would think this is 4-down territory. Brown going to follow. Can he get in? What an outstanding job by the linebacker to come up and make the stop on that play. looked like number 18 to me, and that's Sean Kitchens. He's listed as a wide receiver, 6'4", 225 pounds. He's listed as a wide receiver, but he's out of Auburn University, and he comes up and forces was it 18? I think it was, yeah. Comes up and forces a critical 4th and 5. Don't forget about the Vince Lombardi stuff we were talking about earlier. Those 5 plays, this most certainly right here qualifies as one of those. 3:50 to play, clock running, same formation, whistle, and a timeout, and that is the second timeout in the last 3.5 minutes taken by Orlando. They wanted to get a look, I suppose, at the defense Metro Atlanta set up. So with a timeout on the field, I'm going to take a pause here. Back with 4th and goal. All right, back for 4th and 5, and I want to give a big shout-out to Alfred Reynolds. Thanks for the compliment. Yeah, we're pretty proud to be in 2 spots at once tonight. 28-14, 4th and goal here for the Phantoms. Low snap, he's got to throw, does. Walker into the end zone. Busted play essentially off the snap. Torrance Brown kept his composure, finds Walker. Walker does the rest, and with 3:40 to go in the third quarter, they've cut the deficit to 28-20. Good play. Just what the doctor ordered for this Tar Heels offense. Nice job by Roger Walker. And when I mean busted play, I mean the low snap. Brown was forced to go down and get it. They were blitzing. Somehow Brown managed to get that ball off, and Walker did the rest. And they're going to go for 2 here. Thank you very much. Here's the drive summary. Thanks to Brian Keys. 8 plays, 53 yards, 6 minutes, 10 seconds off the clock. That, a textbook drive. Looking to throw, does. That was a good pass there. Just off the outstretched hands of Clarence Williams. But the 2-point conversion now forces them to go for 2. I guess I'm not questioning the coaching staff, but I don't know why you don't kick the field goal, and I'll have to ask Mike Torres why you just don't make it 28-21 with an opportunity to tie the game. Now you need the 2-point conversion, so maybe they saw something. I don't know. So the Phantoms close the gap to 8 here with 3:40 to play. In this one, in the third quarter, I should say, in this one. And on the kickoff is Johnston. 8 plays, 53 yards, 6 minutes, 10 seconds. That'll close that time of possession gap as well. That stood at 19 minutes and 10 seconds for Atlanta and 10 minutes and 50 seconds for Orlando coming out of the half. 53 more yards puts the Phantoms at 175 total yards of offense in the game. Johnston set the kickoff 1 and 2 back deep. And this one fielded at about the 14. Nice move, cuts back, gets out to nearly the 40-yard line. That's a good return by number 87 for Metro Atlanta. He's not on I don't have an 87 on the roster, but it's a good return. And this is where Quentin Rucker, the 6'3", 235-pound quarterback out of North Carolina Central, takes over with 3:30 to go. Perhaps the biggest, I guess, sacrifice made by the Phantoms in this third quarter so far has been the fact that they've had to burn 2 timeouts. They're left with just one. Metro Atlanta with all 3. Rucker from the gun. That's Gould in the backfield. Turns, gives to him. Why not? You've got the lead. But in there to shut the door, number 31, Rob Gregory with his second tackle of the night, his 11th of the season. And that'll be a loss. That'll bring up 2nd and 11 for Metro Atlanta. Darian Altman. Thank you, Ken. Darian Altman on that return. Good return by Altman. Altman, a 6 foot, 185-pound wide receiver out of the Georgia Military Institute College. Looking to throw. Rucker does. Down the field. Good coverage. Caught. I tell you what, he had coverage that time, but there's just not much you can do with Christopher Williams tonight. The man is simply catching everything thrown his way. And at the very last second, the DB lost his footing. He was going down. Williams put his hands up. Outstanding throw from Rucker. 1st and 10 by Atlanta. Ball on the 20-yard line. What a catch. What a throw. 39 yards. Throws, blitz. Williams again. Cuts back. Down to the 5, 6, 7-yard line. Outstanding drive by Williams. Christopher Williams. It's been his show tonight. 6'2", $195 out of South Atlanta High School. Back to the line of scrimmage. The give is to Gould. He's done it again. Touchdown. And Metro Atlanta answers right back with a touchdown drive. Tristian Gould out of Kennesaw State with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. And it's 34-20 pending the extra point. What an answer drive by Metro Atlanta. Four plays, 62 yards. Throws, caught. There you saw it. And guess who? So now going for 2 really has become a detriment. The failed two-point conversion with 1:11. That drive took, you said 4 plays. What did that take? Not even 2 minutes. 2:40 off the clock. And your score, 36-20. The lead is 16. Wow. Yeah, that's a great question by Mr. Keys. No doubt, as long as Atlanta holds on to this tonight and we don't see, Orlando come. How far up does Metro Atlanta move with this performance, and how far would Orlando drop? Obviously, out of the top 10 for sure. And obviously well into the top 10 would come the Metro Atlanta Horsemen. 1:11 to play. The 4-play drive took just 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And you want to talk about total leather there? That was like Lou Groza kicking off. Out to the 20, 30, 40. Cuts it back to the 45. A good-looking return there by number 2, Michael Marshall. If we didn't say it before, and I know I did, we'll say it now. This is clutch, right? I mean, this is the drive. You got to keep answering, because with every touchdown that this Metro Atlanta team scores, that gives this defense the opportunity to take more and more chances against an offensive line that just isn't gelling at the moment. Chris Williams is a problem. Yeah, I would say that's an understatement. We got a flag down on the field. Legal substitution. So not a good way to start the answer drive. 1:01 to play here in the third quarter. It's a 16-point lead for Metro Atlanta. 56 points in this one tonight. Give is to Walker. Walker between the tackle and the guard finds room up the middle, still on his feet. Tell you what, Roger Walker is just he's a fun back to watch run. He's kind of got that controlled, reckless abandon about him. I don't know if Orlando has some sort of a hurry-up or maybe a sugar huddle type offense in their arsenal, but this is a blitz straight up the middle. Walker sidesteps the run blitz there. It works because Walker's held to about a yard and a half. That'll bring up 3rd down and 2, and that's going to likely be the final play of the third quarter. So 23 points, 22 points scored in that quarter. Unfortunately, for Phantom fans, only 6 of them by the home team here. So we get set to head to the fourth and final quarter in this one. Atlanta 36, Orlando 20. Before I came over today here, I was over at Gibson Field in Titusville, Florida, and J.T. Hassel. I don't know if anybody here, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with J.T. Hassel. J.T. Hassel, of course, started off playing in Titusville, played for the Bears, went on to play for Astronaut High School, then the Florida Tech Panthers, and then was signed as an undrafted free agent by the Cleveland Browns, now with the New York Jets. Today, J.T. had his camp up at Gibson Field and was up there today with J.T. and future NFL running back Javian Hawkins, and Mel Mitchell was up there as well today. Just a great time had by all, and I just love to see guys giving back to their community, and J.T. certainly did that today. Congratulations, J.T. Hassel, on an outstanding job today giving back to the Brevard County community. 3rd and 2 here. Brown pump fakes, throws down the field. Caught! In bounds. Indeed. Nice job by number 1 of Orlando, Clarence Williams. It's been the one show tonight at the wide receiver position for both teams. Clarence Williams has had himself a night. Big play there. Much needed. And if they can answer, they obviously aren't out of it. 14:43 to play in the game, fourth quarter, 36-20. There you see the score. Ball on about the 18.5, 19-yard line. You got three wide receivers, two backs in the backfield. Jaleel Davis, Roger Walker, Torn Brown splitting them at the quarterback position to give his to Walker, and Walker cannot get out of the paws, the big paws of number 33, DeMonte Queen out of Albany State University, as he blew that play up. That's a big man right there. 2nd and 11. In fact, it'll be a loss of 1 for Orlando. Once again, I'd like to thank Brian Keys for all of his help here tonight on the Brevard Sports Network. We'll be back here next week with more Orlando Phantoms football. 2nd and 11 for the Phantoms. Torrance Brown throws, got a receiver, caught at the 12, cuts back inside down to the 7. That'll be enough for an Orlando first down. 13:15 to play, third quarter. That'll be 1st and goal to go now for the home team Phantoms. Number 3 on that reception, Maurice Thomas, 5'8", 180 pounds, out of Alderson, Bodacious University. First and goal, 12:47 to go, clock ticking. Orlando's offense getting going now a little bit. The issue will then become, can they slow down Atlanta's? Brown again, Davis and Walker looking to throw under pressure. There's a flag. That's going to be a hold. Whatever happens here doesn't matter. Touchdown coming back. And you'll see the white hat give the signal right there in the middle of the screen, holding Orlando. 1st and goal to go. The ball will be placed at the 17-yard line. Don't know. I can't honestly say one way or the other if it was or it wasn't a hold. I know it was the tackle that was right there in the screen with Brown. So I don't know one way or the other whether it was or not. I wasn't really paying that close attention to it. But if I'm Orlando, I just go back to that play because I'll tell you what, Clarence Williams was wide open in the back of the end zone there. And that slant pass has worked twice tonight from Brown to Williams. Why not try it again here? You just got to stretch it out a little bit. Brown rolls under pressure. He dumps off to Walker. Walker down to the 10. Walker cuts back. Can he cut back again? Gets to the outside. Walker knocked out of bounds at about the 1-yard line. Great play by Torrance Brown and then Roger Walker to keep that alive. The clock will stop, I believe, as Walker. Nope, it keeps rolling. Right back to the line of scrimmage, and we're going to get an injury timeout on the field. There you see on the left-hand side of your screen. Young man's cramping up. So Walker with a couple of moves following that catch. Brown did a lot to get out of trouble to deliver the ball, and the Phantoms not done yet. Somebody's taking a timeout. I would imagine that timeout is Atlanta, and if it is, that's their second. Cramps, man, they are killer. I mean, I know a lot of you guys, ladies even on the feet, athletes, and you know, you were in high school or, you know, I played hockey for 14 years, and I can remember long bus rides in the middle of the night where people would just wake up screaming in the middle of the night with these cramps. Oh, I hate cramps. I used to laugh because you'd get that guy on the bus. You'd always have that one guy on your team that would tell you in the middle of cramping up, man, you got to make sure you hydrate. As you're screaming at the top of your lungs, you got to hydrate. Make sure you hydrate next time. And you just want to grab him and throw him out the bus window. You don't think I don't know this already? Why don't you walk over and hand me a water bottle before the game or during the game? Don't tell me as I'm laying on the floor screaming. 2nd and goal for Orlando. Brown under center is going to keep it, sneak it. Does he get in? Wait for the side judge. Indeed he does. And Torrance Brown with a touchdown. And with 11:17 to play in the third quarter, the Phantoms not done yet. 36-26. They got to go for 2 now. No doubt about it. Is Johnson actually coming on to kick? He's going to be kicking off. He can't be coming on to kick the extra point. No way. I'm stating the obvious here, but if he kicks the extra point, it's still a 2-possession game. But that's assuming they go out here and get this 2-point conversion, and their lone try tonight, 0 for 1. They were 0 for 1 last week as well, so they're 0 for 2 on the season. Check that, they're 0 for 1. They missed an extra point last week. It wasn't a conversion. So the situation is 2-point conversion, 11:17 to play. It's 36-26. Brown's got Walker. I just turn around and give it to Walker. Walker with a nice block. Good thing he didn't. Throws incomplete. Conversion no good. And it remains a 2-possession, 10-point game with 11:17 to go. And here's where you got anybody back there, anybody you think that can cover number 1. Mr. Christopher Williams for the Metro Atlanta Horsemen, you put him out on the football field at the moment because you just simply can ill afford to give up another touchdown. I would say, what's that? 7 plays, 5 minutes, 53 yards. Again, repeating, 7 plays, 5 minutes, 53 yards. Torrance Brown on a 1.5-yard quarterback keeper. The big play on that was the throw from Brown to Williams. As Johnston gets set to kick off here. 36-26 is your score. 62 points scored tonight in this one. And here is Johnston's kick, straight up. And that ball will be fielded at the 34, out to the 40. Again, not second guessing, but I don't know if that didn't appear to get off the side of his foot. Not sure why you're not trying to kick that ball as far as you can, pinning them back as deep as you can. Defensive backs have got to step up here, and I don't care how you do it, but you have got to figure out a way to slow Christopher Williams down. He has had him some kind of night for Metro Atlanta. It'd be a nice ride back for him tonight. 1st and 10, ball on the Metro Atlanta's 43-yard line. Give Gould pick up 4. 3.5. Still a 2-possession game. You got to figure all the Phantoms have left are 2 possessions in this one, unless they can force a fumble, some sort of a turnover. Obviously, the chess match is on for sure. .35, tick-tock, tick-tock, no hurry to get the snap off. Quentin Rucker's gone the whole way for Metro Atlanta tonight. This time, the running back carries the defensive player with him that's another 4 or 5 yard gain, and you'll take that all day long. Be 3rd and 2. We got whistle and an injured player down on the field. 10:07 to go. Clock will stop for the injured Phantom, who's quickly up. Cramps obviously starting to become an issue. Don't know. I have to look into the annals of Phantom history to see when is the last time this team began a season 0-2. Dead ball. Oh, no, he's saying wind the clock. I'm sorry. The clock is running. 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes. 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, they have not taken a snap under center all night. Throws, down the field. And that's going to be pass interference. Ball's incomplete, but I think Carlitos Snoop Ellis has never started 0-2. I think what you're going to see here is the defender just simply never turned around, got in his face. Can't do that. Quarterback is down. He took a shot on the throw. But that's going to be 1st and 10, and the ball will be placed somewhere around the 33, 34-yard line. Catchable ball, too. It was a good ball. And the defender just never turned around to take a look. All you got to do in a situation like that is just turn around and take a peek. And he didn't. And as a result, the flag came out. And that is the call. 15 yards, pass interference. Carlitos says, no, we beat the Ballers the first game. No. Your record is 0-1. 0-1 officially, according to the Apdfl. So, season started officially last week. So this would be 0-2. 1st and 10. Direct snap. And he goes to cut it back, but Rob Gregory is there to prevent that from happening. Let me just double check to make sure. Okay, here, let's take a look. All right. Game schedule. Yeah, according to the game schedule, the season started last week, 0-1, 2013 loss to the unconquered Cobras. And next week, right here, and that'll back them up. I'm not sure what the penalty is. Personal foul. So that'll back them up 15 yards. That's a third personal foul penalty. So next week is the Georgia Knolls come to town. That's a 7 o'clock kick. You'll see it here on the Brevard Sports Network. And then Orlando will hit the road for 2. They'll play the Georgia Crushers and the Gulf Coast Gators. Oh, 2015, my bad. You got me looking at research. I'm like, man, what did I miss? See, y'all do that to me now. Throws. Uh-oh. And finally, a drop and good coverage. Step for step that time. Number 8 on the coverage, Dion Manor. And it took a guy listed as a wide receiver to keep up with him. So this will bring up 3rd and 25. Ball just about dead at midfield. He says, we never lost to a Georgia team. Oh, no. Really? Uh-oh. 8:23 to go. Still not out of this thing yet. It's only 10 points. Looking to throw. Does down the middle of the field. He was looking for a flag for holding. I thought he had. Oh, and there it is, too. Yeah, he got held. I saw it. I was about ready to say I thought he had a legitimate case for holding, defensive holding. See what the call is. Yeah, 3rd and 25 with a holding penalty. Okay, that's actually a break for the Phantoms because it's a 15-yard penalty, so it makes it 3rd and 10 now. Had that been holding, that would have been an automatic first down. This is not going to be, at least, is it an automatic first? I thought it was just 15 yards. Okay. I guess it is an automatic first down. All right, my bad. Take that away. And 3rd and 25, we got another flag down. And up the middle and into the end zone for a Metro Atlanta touchdown. Flags, whistles. Let's see what the call is before we give out. That's Tristian Gould. I think they only had 10 guys on the field. That's against Orlando. The touchdown will stand. They got 10 or they have 10 or 11. Yeah. Touchdown, 7:59, and that is turn out the lights. As Don Meredith used to say back in the early days of Monday Night Football, turn out the lights, the party's over. That will be awfully tough to come back from. So with 7:59 to play here, 3rd and 25 holding or defensive pass interference penalty gives them a 1st and 10. Here is the 2-point conversion, throws incomplete. So it'll be 42-26, and Tristian Gould with a 35-yard touchdown run, and that extends the lead to 42-26. these Florida-Georgia games, we just saw a comment on here. Young says, yeah, game over, y'all get home safe. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Appreciate that compliment, King. I do appreciate that. Much respect. Thank you. And this will be an after. So now, add insult to injury, Metro Horsemen are going to kick off from the 50. 7:59 to go in this one. I don't know. I think he should. He kicked off the last time when he put toe to leather. He's got a chance. No, he sideswiped it, and it off the hands, and it does reach the end zone. Got it down it, yep. So it'll be 1st and 10. The ball will come out to what, the 20? $7:55. And we will indeed this time have a new quarterback, as Torrance Brown is officially out. In will be number 14, Dontavius Purdue, 6'4", 250 pounds, out of Eustis High School. He'll have Roger Walker to his right. I'm looking at he's comment. Sometimes the comments are, I love reading the comments. I love going home at night after a broadcast is over and just love reading all the comments. I get to see them all. Throws, little out pattern or little slot pattern there. Nice job down the sidelines, cuts it back. Good move, still on his feet. And he's gone. That's going to be a phantom touchdown. What a move. Great run by Michael Marshall. That's an 80-yard touchdown. Wow. So how about Dontavius Purdue's stats? 1 for 1, 80-yard touchdown. Yeah, the quarterback rating perfect. So the Phantoms, what a play. Just an outstanding job. That'll make it 42-32. But again, he was just gone. He turned on that burst of speed, and he was gone. It's a little slot pitch and catch there, and Michael Marshall hit the sidelines, and he was gone. Player down on the field. From Metro Atlanta, 7:42 to go. So I can see how this is going to be. This is going to end up being the game that never ends. That's right. We may be springing forward before it's over with. One play, 80 yards, 17 seconds off the clock. And honestly, if look, I people are going to laugh at me when I say this. I don't blame you. You can throw them comments out there. I get it. Look, but, there's a certain amount of luck and things you have to have go right. I always go back to that Patriot-Falcons Super Bowl at 20. Everything had to go right. 2-point conversions, certain amount of time for the plays. You just never know at any level of football. What's that? Yeah, Patriots, Giants. I mean, you just never know. Looking to get in for 2, cuts it back, and no. That's like going through a door and then all of a sudden you are denied entry, because that's exactly what just happened there. So Waseed looked like he was cruising in the end zone for 2, and then all of a sudden he was not. So with 7:42 to play, it is 42-32. You just never know. Here's where I might look. Your defense right now is having a tough time stopping this Metro Atlanta offense. Here's where I might try and pull an onside kick. I mean, why not? Why not try the onside kick here? Comes Johnston out. You got, you see 85 out there. I wouldn't assume that guys that are that big are the hands team, so you never know. Might work. Johnston is a pure kicker. He is on the team for this purpose alone. So we'll see what happens here. Nope. Kicks it deep. Okay. Now this is Williams. Oh, goodness. Williams cuts it back. He's just got speed all day. Speed, moves, and playmaking abilities all day long. And Chris Williams brings it out, and it'll be 1st and 10 with 7:32 to go. You know, a lot of times offenses, it really is as simple as putting the ball in the hands of a playmaker and letting that playmaker do what they do best, make plays. And that's what we saw there on the last Phantom touchdown. So 1st and 10 to give. Straight, well, he cuts it back outside, scoots down the sidelines at the 50, 40, and, yep, we can sit here and talk about it ain't over yet, but if you can't stop this offense, it's over. Great run. Who was that? 31-yard run there. I know that's not Gould, because Gould's not wearing the green, yellow spikes. It's like number 28. That's Armad Turner. 6:49 to go, 1st and 10, just in the blink of an eye after 31 yards. The ball is at the Phantom 35. Straight up the middle, and there he goes again. Cuts it back. He's got a shot to get in down to the 8-yard line. 2 plays, 53 yards, and Metro Atlanta's 1st and goal to go. Unbelievable. Well, I think the play call here coming up is a handoff to Armad Turner. 1st down, goal, ball at the 9-yard line. 5:55 to go in this one. There you see the score at the top of your screen. Orlando down by 10. Straight up the middle and in for a touchdown is Tristian Gould. And it's 48-32 pending the extra point. And that'll be a flag for excessive celebration. Unsportsmanlike conduct. 3 plays, 66 yards, 1 minute, 45 seconds? 1 minute, 45 seconds, 3 plays, 66 yards. So we'll update the scoreboard here following the 2-point conversion. It's 48-32. The lead is back to 16 here. Also, too, we were reminding everybody earlier, it's spring forward tonight. Don't forget to move your clocks ahead. Also, don't forget to check change the batteries in your smoke detectors as well. Want to see everybody return back safely to our next broadcast. Tank says them horses going to trot all the way home. Yes, sir. Well, a hard-fought victory tonight, 48 points against a defense that is typically just notorious for being one of the tougher ones in whatever league that the Phantoms have played in. And obviously there's going to have to be some adjustments, some adjustments made, both on the defensive side of the football and offensively, kept by the quarterback. He's going to keep it himself. And that, my friends, is an 18-yard 2-point conversion. And with 5:30 to play, the score is 50-32. In the ACC basketball championship game, Florida State's up on Georgia Tech 44-37. So this game has actually outscored the ACC championship game between a Florida and a Georgia school. So Florida State looking to advance to the field of 68 with an automatic bid. Leonard Hamilton had an opportunity to interview Coach Hamilton a couple of years ago as they get set to kick off. 5:30 to play here. Ball bounce. Picked up at the 15. Ball's out. Was that out? I thought the ball came out. Returned all. I'll tell you what, the return games have been good tonight for both teams. Half 100 on the board by Metro Atlanta. And returning back at quarterback, number 14, Dontavius Purdue, who 1 for 1 for 80 yards with a touchdown. 5:22 to play. 50-32. Game is 3 hours, 1 minute, 29 seconds old. Little screen pass out to Walker. Walker, oh my goodness gracious. Roger Walker. Oh, the ball's out. Picked up. And Atlanta has it. Walker with an outstanding play there, but then he lost the ball. What a hurdle by Walker. Just such athleticism. But you got to finish the play, and he fumbles at the end of it, and Metro Atlanta will take over 1st and 10 with 5:03 to play. I just, that was amazing right there. Did we? Looks like we had some pushing and shoving or something else happening at the end of that pile, bottom of that pile. So we got the referees getting together, unaware of the fact that it's a 3-hour game. You've probably been here close to all day, right? No? Oh, I got you. All day. The Georgia Noles will be here next week as the Phantoms will look to try to jump into the win column for the first time in this 2021 Apdfl season. They're going to start 0-2. What's that? Yeah, right? No, it doesn't. I'd like to thank everybody watching tonight, especially those that participated heavily in the broadcast. Mike Davis, and thank you, Mike, and Scout Shaq Reynolds watching, as well as Young in there. Had a lot to say tonight, and Tank Miller, and anybody that just helped us out here tonight on the Brevard Sports Network. We thank you for your support. If you wouldn't mind clicking the like button, telling everybody about us. We'll actually be back over in Orlando on Tuesday. I will be over at Lake Highland Prep for, believe it or not, a girls lacrosse game. Lake Highland Prep is the #1 girls lacrosse team in the country. And they're going to play the #2 girls lacrosse team in the country, Vero Beach. And we've been asked to broadcast that game, so excited about that. 50-32, 1st and 10, ball dead on the 50. This is not going to be anything but a handoff. It is. And he cuts back up the middle and tackled. That is number 2. The ball carrier is Favors, Marcavius Favors. 2nd and 5. Player down, he's up. 4:35 to go. So obviously, stating the obvious here, a lot of work to do this week. Because you look at let me take a look at the Georgia Noles here. Just a straight handoff. Or a quarterback kept that. Sorry, fooled me. The Georgia Noles are 2-0. And, pretty good team in their own right. They got a couple of guys that play the quarterback position in Kentel Kendrick and Jamel Hickey. Kind of multi-purpose quarterbacks that can run the ball a little bit. So, going to have their hands full again next week are the Orlando Phantoms, and they're going to be facing what is now a 2-0 team in the Georgia Noles. So, this time the quarterback gives off. This is number 47 who stays on his feet down the sidelines. 1st down. Still just throwing people off of him. Down to the 15. What a run by number 47. And I think if you're a former alum watching here, I think the thing that would probably concern you the most would be watching somebody just stiff arm a player off like that. The physicality aspect of it, you want to see, you don't want to see that. That's for sure. Because you hate to see anybody get pushed around, but right now, unfortunately, the Metro Atlanta Horsemen are doing just that to Orlando. And that's a sight that is very unfamiliar in these parts. 1st and 10 at the 15, straight up the middle again. Alfred Reynolds. I hear you, man. I hear you. And as we get down to the final 90 seconds in this one, again, I'd like to thank Brian Keys. I'd like to thank Mike Torres, the owner of the Orlando Phantoms. And, all they're doing is just turning around, straight handing the ball off. And there it is again, straight up the middle. And around and into the end zone for another Metro Atlanta touchdown to make it 56-32 is number 2. Wow. Number 2 is Marcavius Favors. And with 1:16 to play, I think the tone was set in the second half when Orlando came out and went 3 and out and then had the punt blocked. And then it's just been downhill from there. They did have highlight player 2, the touchdown, the pitch and catch on the touchdown, the little slot pass to Michael Marshall, who made a nice play. And that'll be a sack. And if you're Metro Atlanta right now, you definitely don't want to get anybody hurt. So why not? I was going to say, well, they went for 2 anyway. So anyway, 1:16 to go. The clock stops. And a 56-32 lead here as Orlando will get the ball back. What's that? Brian Keys informing me with 3:40 left in the third quarter, it was 28-20. A one-possession game. Since then, the Phantoms have been outscored in the last 18 and a half minutes, 28-12. And again, uncharacteristic of an Orlando Phantoms defense. Plenty of points offensively there. Yeah. And I think it's a good idea. The referee's telling them to run the clock because, you don't want to get frustrating. And, as Michael Torres said, the one thing he's very proud of, no matter what, they've never had a fight on the field. That's it. That'll do it. So with 48 seconds to go in the game, the clock continues to run. See if they get one more playoff here. Brian was told to run this clock, so that's what he's doing. We're not going to snap. We're going to snap. All right, so that'll do it. I'd like to thank everyone here tonight. Again, Michael Torres. I'd like to thank Brian Keys, Lake Brantley High School, the Apdfl. Your final score from Tom Storey Field at Lake Brantley High School. The Horsemen will obviously move up in the rankings as they move to 2-1. The Phantoms will drop to 0-2. Your final score, the Metro Atlanta Horsemen 56, the Orlando Phantoms 32. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next week right here on the Brevard Sports Network.